Have you ever faced a moment in life when everything felt uncertain? Maybe you lost a job, a relationship ended, or your dreams seemed to slip through your fingers. In those moments, it's easy to wonder if there's any hope for the future. But what if I told you that God has a plan for your life, even when you can't see it? Today, we're diving into one of the most beloved and quoted verses in the Bible, Jeremiah 29:11. Whether you're searching for direction, comfort, or just a reminder that you're not alone, this verse has a message just for you. Let's read Jeremiah 29:11 from the King James Version. "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." This verse is often found on greeting cards, posters, and social media posts. It's a favorite for graduations, new beginnings, and times of transition. But what does it really mean? And how can it speak to your life today? To truly understand Jeremiah 29:11, let's travel back in time to ancient Israel. The people of Judah were in a dark and difficult season. Because of their disobedience and turning away from God, they had been conquered by the Babylonians. Many were taken from their homes and forced to live in exile in Babylon, a foreign land with strange customs, unfamiliar language, and little hope of returning home soon. Imagine how they must have felt, confused, discouraged, and maybe even abandoned by God. They longed for rescue, for a quick fix, for things to go back to the way they were. But God had a different plan. Through the prophet Jeremiah, God sent a letter to the exiles. Instead of promising an immediate rescue, God told them to settle down, build homes, plant gardens, and seek the peace of the city where they lived. He told them that their exile would last 70 years, a lifetime for many. But in the midst of this hard message, God gave them a promise. "I know the thoughts that I think towards you, to give you an expected end." This was a message of hope in the middle of hardship. It was a reminder that even when life feels out of control, God is still in control. He hasn't forgotten his people, and he hasn't forgotten you. Let's break down Jeremiah 29:11, phrase by phrase, to see what God is really saying. "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord." God is speaking directly to his people. He's not distant or indifferent. He's intimately involved in their lives. The word thoughts can also be translated as plans or intentions. God is saying, "I know exactly what I'm doing with your life. I haven't lost track of you." Thoughts of peace and not of evil. God's plans are good. The word peace here is the Hebrew word shalom, which means more than just the absence of conflict. It's about wholeness, well-being, and flourishing. God's intentions are not to harm us, but to bring us to a place of fullness and blessing. To give you an expected end. Some translations say a future and a hope. God promises that the story isn't over. There's an expected end, a destination, a purpose, a hope that he's leading us toward. Even if the journey is long or difficult, God's plans are for our ultimate good. Let's make this real with a story. Imagine a young man named Daniel. He's just graduated from college, full of dreams and plans for his future. But things don't go as expected. He struggles to find a job in his field. His friends seem to be moving ahead, getting promotions, starting families, while he feels stuck. Daniel prays, but it seems like God is silent. He starts to wonder if he's missed his chance, if God has forgotten about him. One day, Daniel's grandmother gives him a card with Jeremiah 29:11, written in saith. She tells him, "God's plans for you are good, even if you can't see them right now." Daniel decides to trust God even when it's hard. He takes a job outside his field, but through that job, he meets people who encourage him, teach him new skills, and help him grow. Over time, doors open that he never expected. Looking back, Daniel realizes that God was guiding him all along, just not in the way he imagined. Maybe you can relate to Daniel's story. Maybe you're in a season where life isn't going according to your plan. Maybe you're waiting, wondering, or even doubting. Jeremiah 29:11 is a reminder that God's plan is bigger and better than anything we could imagine. So, what does Jeremiah 29:11 mean for you and me today? First, it's a promise that God is thinking about you. You are not forgotten. Even when you feel lost, God knows exactly where you are and what you need. Second, it's a reminder that God's plans are good. That doesn't mean life will always be easy or pain-free. The Israelites still had to go through 70 years of exile. But God's ultimate purpose is for your peace, your wholeness, and your hope. Third, it's an invitation to trust God's timing. Sometimes we want instant answers and quick solutions, but God often works in ways we don't expect, over a timeline we wouldn't choose. Trusting God means believing that He's working behind the scenes, even when we can't see it. How can you apply Jeremiah 29:11 to your daily life? Here are some practical steps. Start by reminding yourself daily that God has a plan for you. Write the verse on a sticky note, set it as your phone wallpaper, or memorize it. Let it be a constant reminder that you are in God's hands. When you face disappointment or delay, choose to trust God's goodness. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "God, what are you teaching me in this season? How can I grow closer to you?" Look for ways to seek peace and blessing right where you are. Just like the exiles in Babylon, you may be in a place you didn't choose. But God can use every season for your growth and His glory. Build relationships, serve others, and make the most of your current situation. Pray for God's guidance and trust that He hears you. In the verses that follow Jeremiah 29:11, God says, "Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you." God invites you to bring your hopes, fears, and dreams to Him. Remember, Jeremiah 29:11 isn't just a feel-good slogan. It's a promise from the God who created you, who knows you, and who loves you. Your story isn't over. God is still writing it, and His plans are for your good. Maybe you're in a season of waiting, wondering, or wandering. Maybe you feel like you're in exile, far from where you want to be. Take heart. God's thoughts toward you are thoughts of peace, not of evil. He has a future and a hope for you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a time when God's plan turned out differently and better than you expected? How did Jeremiah 29:11 encourage you during a tough season? Share your story in the comments below. Your testimony could inspire someone else who's waiting for their own breakthrough. And if you're in a season of uncertainty right now, let us know how we can pray for you. Remember, you're not alone. This community is here to support you, and God is with you every step of the way. If this message encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Thanks for watching Bible Verse Explained. See you in the next video.